everyone, I'm Jing, and welcome to day 3 of Debrief, a Sweden Major Edition, where we got all of our playoff teams confirmed and said goodbye to 8 others. We started off the day in Group A, where the playoffs qualified Rogue were set to roll over Oxygen Esports for top seed. Vertical Kick started things with an incredible bombshell of a round, getting 4 on Thunderbird to set the tone. The man was absolutely on fire because he followed that up with a 1v2 clutch first, then with a 1v1 to help give Oxygen a 4-2 lead in the match. Aces then responded a few rounds later with a crazy 1v3, but his team needed to scrape 3 rounds in a row to even get to OT. But there, after Rogue took a 4th round to get match point, it was Yoga who grabbed a 1 versus 3 himself to keep his team in it.
Here's another gunfight to be won though for Yog. Might find himself flanked off towards the right here. Man up high, gets the down. No way does he clutch this out, crying. Comes through on the swing, pistol in hand. Can he find the head? Sprays through the wall, can't find the man. Down to our face. No way! As he just found him through the wall. Yog keeps on going.
Rogue eventually lost that 7-8, which put them under pressure to beat FaZe for better playoff seeding. And beating the high-flying 360 no-scoping Brazilians was definitely a tall task. FaZe took a 4-2 lead as expected on Clubhouse defense, and Rogue would have still felt like they had a chance to win. But after just 1 defensive win, FaZe put daylight between them and Rogue, taking 3 in a row to continue the Brazilian domination across groups A, B, and C. At least they're not that coordinated outside the server, I guess. Over in Group B, eyes turned to Team Vitality, who had a good 2 days and were potentially on for a playoff spot in their first event. But they were up against Korean superpower Sandbox. The match was an absolute bloodbath that got the Frenchmen waving the white flag very early, with the APAC North team cruising to a 5-1 attacking half. Vitality seemed to show late signs of life after dropping 1-6, and were up 5 versus 2, but they had MV Taylor with Shael to contend with.
What are we playing, gold ranked here? Bibu is in, MV Taylor with 2 big kills, 3 big kills, Shael's in on it as well. It's now Shikhar in a 1v1. Vitality got the first pick, but it might not be for anything at all because Shael is in a 1v1 shootout. Shikhar doesn't have access to that diffuser, needs to pick it up. Shael pushes, and the push wins!
With Sandbox thus qualified to the playoffs in the 6 Invitational 2022, Dark Zero smelled some overconfidence. They were rewarded well for that as they took the Koreans down 7-4 for a consolation win. After which, Team Vitality 2 got a last hurrah over Team 1, who had confirmed their place at the top of the group. Down under the sea, Group C, defending world champions NIP got into some minor trouble against the Sonics. Super was playing really well and fragging for a change, and his team went 3-3 on Clubhouse attack to start giving NIP worry. But somehow, even though the Sonics were looking the best they had all major, the Brazilians managed to be even better on the attack. Psycho broke out 3 back-to-back triple kills, coming back from 4-5 down to take the win 7-5. With first placed well and truly secured, their next match was a complete dead rubber. BDS took full advantage, going in for a 7-4 kill to break their curse against NIP. Over in Group D, the day started with disappointment for APAC fans. Furia were effectively out of the running for the playoffs, and all Damwon needed to beat Empire there was a win over Furia. Going to their best map, Damwon looked unbeatable and were cruising with a 4-2 Clubhouse attack. But one of those lost rounds was a 1v4 from Rare, and that would come back to haunt them later. Even though the Koreans went up 6-4 as Fantasy got a 1v2 to force OT. On the ropes immediately, Damwon nearly had Coded getting a jaw-dropping 1v4.
Once again, Coded's been smart about this so far. Good deployment, Coded rushes out, kills the main stairs player. What a play so far from this one. Now he's got to isolate the final 2, and he has a chance right here! That's the case going down! Coded only needs 1 more, and he's clutched this out in a 1v4. Hot Ping's coming into his system as well. Miracle has the same from the drones at the same time. A frag grenade ready, but he lets the duel out right, and Coded failed!
But Furia not only took that round, but also took the win. Now Damwon needed at least 1 point from their SSG game, or needed Furia to at least get 1 point against Empire. Furia, though, seemed to be shaken by the Korean spicy noodles Damwon gave them and crumbled 1-7, with Lenda failing to get a single kill. But destiny was still in the Koreans' hands. Their match against SSG required them to get at least 6 rounds to make it to the playoffs and SI, but Bosco started it off with a 1v3. Things looked dicey as Damwon struggled to a 3-3 defensive half, but somehow Like NIP earlier, it seemed like the attack on Clubhouse was stronger. JM1 Gaming got their 6 rounds and then closed out a 7-5 win to also go top of the group of death. So we have our brackets ready for you. What do you think will happen in each match? And who do you think will be winning the whole thing? Let us know in the comments. And while you're there, be sure to subscribe and go follow us on Twitter to stay on top of the madness in Sweden. And follow me, Jackie Jing. Tune in tomorrow at 4 p.m. UTC as well for our second SiegeGG live episode, where we'll be breaking down the group stages and looking at the bracket with our experts. If you want to see more of the numbers that players like Yas we're putting up, head on over to the SiegeGG competition page, and of course, stay tuned to SiegeGG everywhere you can to keep up with the Sweden action.